Good morning, dear students. I welcome you all to the third part of the lesson, Cell the Basic Unit of Life. Let's have a recap of the previous videos what you have learnt in this lesson. You have learnt about discovery of cell, who discovered the cell, and different activities to observe onion peel cells, human cheek cells, and how to observe the nucleus in the onion peel cells and human cheek cells, and how to prepare the slide and observe under the microscope. And also you have learnt different functions of nucleus, cell wall, cell membrane and cytoplasm, which are parts of a typical cell. Children, now let's move on to the next concept in the lesson, that is diversity of cells. In the observation of onion peel cells and human cheek cells, you have observed that all the cells in that particular onion peel are similar in shape and structure. But do you think, children, in the complete human body, all the cells are in the same size and shape? There are millions of living organisms in the nature. They have different shapes, sizes, and vary in the number of cells that they contain. When you observe the permanent slides of microorganisms like amoeba, paramecium, chlamydomonas, you can observe that these are having only a single cell. So, they are called unicellular organisms. Uni means single. So, these organisms contain only one cell which perform different functions of the organism. In these type of organisms, all the life process like obtaining food, respiration, excretion, growth and reproduction are performed by only that single cell. Here are some of the examples of the unicellular organisms like amoeba, chlamydomonas, E. coli, which have only single cell. So they are called unicellular organisms. So in all these cells, only the single cell performs all the life process and functions which are useful to continue its life. On the other hand, when you observe the cells of a leaf peel or a grass blade under the microscope, you can observe number of cells which are similar in their shape and structure. By performing an activity of observing a transverse section of a Tridac's stem, Tridax is a small grass plant. So when you observe the transverse section of a stem, you can see different group of cells in different shape and structure. If you closely observe this transverse section of a dicot stem, here the outer layer of the stem, the type of cells which are present in the outer layer of the stem are called epidermis. And you can see vascular bundles which are in different shape, xylem and phloem, cortex and hypodermal cells. All these cells have different shape and function. So based on their structure and function, the size of the cells will vary. The cells which are present from the outermost layer of the stem, they give shape and protection to the stem. Major portion of the stem is made up of group B cells which carry different functions like photosynthesis, that is a cortex. And another set of cells, they conduct or transport food and water among the plant body. Those are xylem and phloem. And the middle portion of the cell makes the bulk of the stem. So by this, you can understand that in multicellular organisms, that is, the organisms which contain more than one cell, like plants and animals, different cells perform a specific function and they are also diverse in their shape and structure. Coming to the different type of cells which are present in the animals. Like in plants, animals are also multicellular organisms. So the different cells in the animals like red blood cells, bone cells, nerve cells, different muscle cells and white blood cells are having their own shape and structure. So based on their function, their shape and structure is decided. So when you observe the permanent slides of different cells in the human body, you can find that each and every cell has its own shape and structure. And not only that, it performs a specific function. Here is some information about different type of cells in the human body, their shape and parts which are present inside them. So if you see the RBC cells, the shape of RBC cells is disc shape and they contain only cell membrane and cytoplasm. Nucleus is absent in the RBC cells. If you take muscle cells or nerve cell or bone cell or white blood cells, they all contain similar parts like nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane, and the shape of muscle cells will be elongated. The shape of nerve cells is oval and elongated, which are helping them to transmit signals into the body, and the bone cells are star-shaped cells. The white blood cells are shapeless. They are amoeba-like cells which can change their shape according to the position or place where they need to enter. So in this manner, different cells in the multicellular organisms have their own shape, structure, and they are specific in their function. So, the size of the organism is decided by the number of cells which are present inside the body of that animal. So, for example, if you take an elephant, do you think that the size of the cell in an elephant is more and the size of the cell in a small rat or an ant is less? No, it's not correct. The size of the animal is decided by the number of cells which are present inside that body. The size of the cells in living organisms may be as small as a millionth of a meter or as large as a few centimeters. Many of the cells are too small to be seen with our naked eyes. They have to be observed only under a microscope. The smallest cell can contain 0.1 to 0.5 micrometers is found in bacteria. Some of the cells can also be seen with our naked eyes. For example, human nerve cell is nearly about 90 to 100 centimeters long. It is the longest cell, and an ostrich egg measures 17 centimeters into 18 centimeters, which is the largest cell. So, the size of the cell is related to its function. For example, a nerve cell in man and an elephant are long and branched. They perform the same function, that is, transferring the messages. So, the size of the organism depends on the number of cells but not the size of cells. Anyway, cells are of different shapes and sizes and in number. With this, I conclude the second lesson. We will meet in the next videos. Thank you.